Welcome everybody. This is Food for Your Soul with Aquarian Soul. I want to thank each and every single one of y'all for stopping in and being with us here tonight. This right here is the only show here on Tag that focuses on exploring nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. I am your host, Aquarian Soul. It is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I appreciate y'all showing up here on time. Tonight, we have two of my not only my family members that are going to be joining me here on my show, but you have one that I consider as my sis, and mentally and emotionally we're vibrationally on the same page. And then you have my personal who has become my best friend and one of my favorite absolute people in the world. I have Elle The Drugg with me, y'all. Do you know what that means? Oh, y'all don't know. Oh, well, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. Don't worry about it. Blessings to everybody that's coming here right now. Blessings. As I said, two of my family members are going to be here. That's that yellow and green shield. If you don't know nothing about that, I need you to understand what the scouts are about. We're about content, we're about progress, we're about positivity, and that's what we bring to the app. Understand, we got a lot of content. It goes crazy. It goes crazy. Welcome again to everybody that just got in. We just got done paying a few bills here. This is Food for Your Soul with Aquarian Soul, the only show here on Tag that it focuses on exploring nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. What we talking about today? Come on, we're gonna go ahead and box up guest number one, and we're gonna find out a little bit about our people, who they are, what they like, and we're gonna get into a little deeper part of this. A little bit later, we gonna get into this or that, where I ask you a few questions, quick rapid, we're just gonna try to figure out what you like. Is you on that side or that side? What side of the fence you on? Don't be trying to switch sides. Understand once you pick a side, it's done. Whoever may be ready, Naj and or Elle. Yeah, I did that. It's okay. It's okay. Players mess up time to time. It's Casper. The CEO is in the building. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Let's go ahead and let our man.
I just want to give a special shout out to Aquarian. Great show. I just want to let everybody know that I'm definitely here. I heard that Elle cannot cook. I also heard that Naj cannot cook. And I also heard that 2 Cent was late. And so I just want to put it on notice that Naj and Elle cannot cook. So any meals they finna talk about, they did not prepare themselves. It was prepared by somebody they know. Shout out to Cola. Shout out to Nene. And shout out to Fifi, because that's a great song by 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate his point of view. You know what I'm saying? That's Casper's view. You know what I'm saying? It's just a new little segment that's happened right there. We're getting Casper's ideals. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Vibes. King is in the building.
We do not appreciate Casper's point of view. It is not welcome here. And this is a show. Show some decorum and get a crown. What you doing? Doing.
Elle, it's a pleasure to have you here.
I'm so excited to finally talk about all of the things I can cook on this show. I'm very excited, Aquarian.
Let's
Thank you for
go.
having me.
I love the idea. So go ahead and let us know if someone in the crowd don't know who you are. Let us know who you are.
Yes, sir. Hello. Hello. My name is Elle The Drugg. Y'all can catch me every single Tuesday, hosting my featured show, as he so graciously already told y'all. So make sure y'all tap into that. And make sure y'all tap into this show every Sunday at 5 and every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Fairyology. All right, those are our newest shows, and we're really excited to push those. So make sure y'all tap in, okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. So all right. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So, what is comfort to you? Comfort. When you hear comfort, what does that mean?
Oh, when I think of comfort, I have like this vision of like rain falling and maybe a nice warm hefty blanket and a nice big comfy couch, some good shows or a movie on the TV, some good snacks, some good food and my dog and the people that I love. That's what I think of.
Love
Yeah.
that. Love that. So okay. With that being said, if we're gonna talk about comfort food, what is a comfort food of yours that reminds you of, let's say, days gone past? Something that it could be a person that's no longer with you or someone that used to do this or make this, but it just takes you back to simpler times.
Yeah. So my mom made this really good lasagna. She was, oh my goodness, her lasagna is so good. It's like my favorite thing that she makes and that I've eaten for real. She makes it, I don't know if it's a unique way or if it's just like, that added mama's love is, you know what I'm saying, in food. You can taste
Mhm.
that, you know what I'm saying? So When I think of like the best meals that I had growing up, or like the things that made me feel like, yes, dinner, my mom's cooking tonight, like it would definitely be her lasagna.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
nice, nice, nice. So let me ask you. So knowing what you think about as far as the your mom's lasagna and how she make it, I know you said it was a particular kind of way that it tasted. Have you ever like gotten anywhere close to that when you've tried anyone else's lasagna? Let's say you go out here, you go out there to a nice little fancy restaurant. You're like, let me get lasagna. Like, is it ever anywhere close?
Nowhere near close. And I don't know if it's because she like mixed sauces and cheeses, or if it's just because like she seasoned the meat differently. I'm not really sure what it is, but no, it never comes close. Like it's never, the cheese pool ain't there. They don't be, you know what I'm saying?
That
And
cheese food is something else.
when I was younger, I used to eat pork. So like she would put the pepperonis in like a smiley face or in like an
Mhm.
A, you know what I mean, for my name or whatever. So just like little cute stuff like that. I feel like that always made it taste better too.
That's cute. I like that. That's like that. Oh, that's nice. So, do you have like any particular unique memory about this dish? Like anything that it could just makes you remember, like waking up on certain days, or anything that you guys used to do, any kind of routine kind of thing at all?
Yeah, so I remember one particular day. So, all right, bear with me. I'm gonna walk y'all through this, okay? So, one particular day. Now, first of all, I have to preface this with, I like to talk a lot. Okay, I'm a streamer for a reason. I like to talk a lot. Okay, so like in class, that wasn't always great. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, my teachers didn't like when I talked all the time. So, I had this like daily like progress report, right, that my mom made. Okay, she was like, let me know how she did today in school. And that particular day in school, like I didn't do well, I had like out of seat talking, like all of the things that you're not supposed to do, I did them that day. Okay. And I gave my mom my folder. She picked me up from school because she used to pick me up from school. So I gave her the folder. She read it, and she was kind of like, what happened today? What's going on? Why are you doing this? And I remember telling her like, I really don't have a good reason. I'm sorry, I'll do better tomorrow, type of thing. And I don't know, like in that moment, she just like heard me. She understood. I don't know what it was, but she just understood. And she said, "It's okay, baby. I'm gonna make you some lasagna tonight, and we gonna try again tomorrow." And like that will always stick with me because, that was just so tender, and it was just so considerate. And she just was very understanding of my feelings, even though I wasn't necessarily deserving of them in that moment, we'll say. But so it was really nice. And I remember like going home, and we watched a movie, and we had the lasagna, all the things that I explained to you about that comfort, right? We had the good food, we had the big blanket, the couch, like with my mom, and we watched a movie that night. And I just remember it being like me feeling like, safe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Look, look, look. Ella's bringing the feels with her today. Like, if you need a napkin, I don't need a napkin. It's you. It's not me. Like, she is bringing the feels today. Like, all right. So let me ask you: do you have a recipe? Like, I mean, is that a shareable thing? Is that
What I can tell you is she uses ricotta cheese, she uses Swiss cheese, and she uses mozzarella and provolone. Okay. So I don't know. Well, she'll interchange the provolone and the mozzarella. She'll like use one or the other. But that's what I can tell you. And then obviously it's layered. It's nice and crispy around the ends. You know what I'm saying? At the little, a little burn at the, not burn, but like a little color. You know what I'm saying, at the top. And the last layer is always cheese. Okay. I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know what the proper rules are. Okay, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you that's what my mama do. Okay. But then that combination of the cheeses, and she does something special with the sauce too. I'm not really sure what it is. I have to ask her. But oh man, it's so good. So good.
because I know you said that cheese pool is ridiculous. I know you
It
mentioned that.
it man, when I tell you, and then you got to get the first little square of it. You pull it out with the spatula, thing be whoo, be looking like a commercial, y'all. So bomb.
Okay. All right. So that's what takes you back. So what is a comfort food of yours currently, like modern day? Since we are with the modern day bay.
Love that.
Boom. So that brings you the most comfort now. Like you're in a bad day, bad space, having a bad day. Anytime that you get this, you're right where you need to be.
Does it have to be something that's made, or can it be something that like
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
that Ben and Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream? Y'all, that is
Very
so
cool.
Yeah, so basically it's not plain
Yeah.
vanilla. It's like a different type of vanilla ice cream, right? But it's dark chocolate and cherries in it, and it is so good, y'all. And this the person that put me on it, maybe this is a little nostalgic too, is my grandma. My grandma was always,
Okay.
excuse me, big on Ben and Jerry's. She said it was the best ice cream, and I remember, excuse me, having the cherry Garcia. So like even now, like if I'm having a bad day, if I'm sick or not feeling well, like I'm gonna go get me my little pint, okay? Go get me my pint and my big spoon, and I'm gonna eat that thing. But yeah, I love Ben and Jerry's cherry Garcia, y'all. If y'all ain't try it, try it.
I wish that I just did not have such a distaste for cherries, or else I would absolutely try that.
Oh,
It's
I
like one
know
of the only
cherries. Cherries are it's like hit or miss for people. I
it's
don't
one
know.
of
I
those one of
I
those
don't
it's
like.
one of those things in the where I just can't eat. I just can't eat.
I think it's because the medicine. You know how cherry medicine is real gross.
Oh, that definitely scarred me.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
see?
That's a
I'm already
fact.
knowing.
Yo, hey, it is madness. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. If you just now joining us, this is Food for Your Soul with Aquarian Soul. This is the only show here on Tag that focuses on exploring nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. Like right now, we got Elle The Drugg in the box right now. She just told us about that lasagna that she loved. Like right now, we're talking about this Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So let me ask you. Okay, so we know what sweetness is gonna hit that spot, but I'm just curious, like what is the whole what food is gonna hit that spot for you that's gonna be like it's gonna go to right now? Greatness.
Okay, so there's this place by my house. It's an Italian place. The theme here is Italian, y'all. I like Italian food, okay? But there's a place by my house, and I don't go there often because they're kind of pricey, but they have really good pasta, okay? And they have this gnocchi, right? And you can kind of make your own. So like you can put like sausage, peppers, mushrooms, like whatever you want in that pasta, and it is so good. So they use like a it's a meatless sauce. They use like a I guess it's marinara, and then, like I said, you'll put the stuff in it. I always get mushrooms and red peppers and some chicken. And then, of course, the freshly grated Parmesan. But I love that gnocchi so much. It is so good. I'm also real big on mac and cheese, but not like, I'm not buying no mac and cheese. Like, my mama got to make it. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my aunt, somebody like that got to make it for it to be hitting the way that
What is
you know what
that?
I'm saying?
What is that word you were using? You said Naki.
Yeah, yeah. I
What
think that's
is
how you say it. It's
what is
Gnocci. I think that's how you say it. Yeah.
Nochi? Is that it?
Oh,
Like
Nochi, is that how you say it? Okay.
Noki or
No,
Nochi or Noki,
Naki.
something like
Yes.
that?
I don't know. I
Say,
don't
oh,
said
said
it
it like
right.
that.
I
Naki is
said it
Naki.
right in
Okay.
Northern Ireland, okay? Period, Cola.
Hey,
Period. But
Naki, Naki. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Okay, good.
yeah, but that's it's like I think it's like a potato pasta, right? Potato based pasta. It's like so good. It's nice, and when it's made, I don't know how to explain. Kind of, yeah, fluffy, but like so flavorful. It's so savory. Oh man, then you put that with the chicken, the freshly grated cheese, some of them mushrooms. Yeah, really, really good. Really, really good.
Okay, I just need a little visual for myself on this. Okay, this right here.
Mhm.
That's the one right there.
That's the one.
Intriguing, intriguing. And so, do you like use
Right.
this with sauce? Do you like put a sauce with this, or like something you would use to dip it in?
Yeah, for sure. Now, different places will put like some of them will even stuff it with like cheese or whatever. Kind of
Mhm.
like well, they'll stuff it or whatever. But yeah, you can use it as basically like a pasta. You can use it like spaghetti or angel hair or whatever type of pasta you like, right? And then kind of do whatever you want to, like whatever type of pasta you're making. It's good with Alfredo sauce. It's good with red sauce. It's good, like I said, with like a lot of people will put sausage in their pasta. I don't eat pork, but that is really good with it. So yeah, you can put like the sausage in it, the chicken, the peppers, like whatever you want. But you can use that noodle, I guess, that whatever that type of carb for
Mhm.
almost like any dish, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then to your other point, because you also mentioned mac and cheese. I think I've said this a few times here on my show. Please never use penne noodles with my mac and cheese. Like, I need
Oh,
elbow
it don't
macaroni. Like, I feel offended when someone's like, "I got some macaroni and cheese," and then it's this long noodles.
yeah,
Like, is
the
that like?
cheese falls off. The cheese don't grip it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta need to grip that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like some
It's
grippage
not
on it.
even the
So
same, not even close. It's just crazy. Like so is it a certain kind of way that you said I think you said your mom makes macaroni and cheese, right?
yes, yes. My
It's
mom, okay, so
no
it used to
food.
be my grandma. My grandma would make the mac and cheese, right? All the family outings, everybody bring a dish, blah, blah, blah. My grandma would make it. But one year she was sick. And so, everybody else got another dish to make. So my
Okay.
mom made the mac and cheese. And I'm going to just say it like this, y'all. We ain't go back to my grandma's mac and cheese. My mama kept bringing it, okay? It is so good. I might even try to like have her make it and then I just have to put it in the oven on the
Oh, and come
trip so
through.
that y'all can taste it
Oh,
because it
yes,
is so yeah, I might have to try
we're
that.
here. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah, yeah. You were saying like, yeah. I just got excited real quick. I love
Yeah.
that. Special tuna and mac. Whoa. Why are we talking about tuna and mac? Okay. Anyway, we're
Okay,
not doing.
just quick. Have you ever had tuna and macaroni and cheese? No, nothing in the tuna, just tuna, and then you put it in the mac and cheese, stir it up.
When you say nothing in the tuna, what does that mean?
Like no mayonnaise, no relish, no onion, like
I,
nothing.
yeah, I'm not eating tuna without that stuff in it.
Because you put it in the mac and cheese. This is for another day, another time. Canceled
Just,
people can't cancel me, Casper. Just want to throw that out there. But
just
yeah, it's
feel like
it is a struggle meal, but it's very good.
there's no judgment here. There's he said birthday
I
to
don't
his
feel that
mom.
way. I don't feel that there's no judgment here.
There's no
Listen,
judgment here. We
try it first, and then you can judge me. But I promise you, it's good. You put the right
I don't.
seasonings on it. You don't believe me?
That's
It's
the
okay.
thing though. That's the thing though. It's the part where I actually have to try it that I'm just not about to do. Like,
I understand. I understand. It's not for everybody, but if you like a salty, cheesy mac, it's pretty good. Have you ever had tuna noodle casserole? No?
yes,
You
yes.
like it? Same premise, same idea without the celery. No, 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 it's not. It's
Celery.
different.
I don't have no celery. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, we eating celery and stuff. So, all
But
right,
okay.
all right. We have had Elle the drug here. We about to go ahead and we're gonna bring her back up here in a moment for the wider conversation. Like, Naj, if you could request the box, please, darling. Welcome once again to Food for Your Soul with Aquarian Soul. This is the only show here on Tag that focuses on exploring nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. I am your host, Aquarian Soul. We just had El the Drug. We talking about that lasagna. We over here talking about this tuna and mac. We're not judging. Tuna and mac. We've had other stuff. Like that. We're more judgeable, but we don't do that here. So we're gonna, behave. Yeah, and that Ben and Jerry's, I think she said dark cherry flavor. So yeah, we love that. We're gonna go ahead and bring up our second guest here tonight. Y'all, we got the alien in the building. She has come to invade us. Nah.
Hey guys! Thank you for having me, Aquarian.
Ooh, thank you for being here. The pleasure is all mine. Like the pleasure is all mine. So, okay, so go ahead and let us know who you are now.
It's Naj, your favorite alien, and you definitely could catch me after the show a little bit later tonight. I'm doing a Scouts takeover, which Aquarian is a part of, Shay Baby, and as well as Harley, and who am I missing? Oh, Miss Sassy Red. And we're going to be talking at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Vibrate Higher with Naj. So yeah, I'm excited. Catch me every Sunday, 8 p.m.
Definitely gonna be vibrating her, y'all. Y'all ain't ready for this conversations. Y'all gonna may need a tissue. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
not
no.
for me, but sometimes
We might get a little emotional. We might
some of
get a
my
little
sisters be making me want to cry with some of their stories, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Their stories be deep. All right, so nice. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what does comfort mean to you when you hear comfort?
I feel like any type of food that could take you back to home and just make you feel safe. I think we're all sensory people, so it's like the way we feel, the way we touch, the way all those things. So I love the fact that food can always take you back to a place where you felt the most safe.
Right. I like that. I like that. Okay. Definitely about safety. So, with that being said, when it comes to your comfort food, something that takes you back to memories past gone, times past gone, whether it be people, places, whatever it may be, like a place that you may have lived that you way past, weighed and moved away from, something like that. What food takes you back and puts you back in that space?
So for me, it's always going to be Caribbean food because half my family is Caribbean. So I immediately go to like saltfish and bake. So when I have saltfish, immediately I feel like I'm going back to my childhood.
Okay, so you said saltfish and what?
So yeah, so saltfish and bake is like a combination between a kind of like fried dough. So that fried dough is fried and then it's cut open, and then saltfish along with like onions and tomato and sauce is then placed within this fried dumpling and closed, and then it's saltfish and bake. So that's what we call it.
I don't think I've ever had saltfish before.
Oh my God.
Let
Like,
me just
how are
make sure
you
for my
living?
I want to make sure for my ears. Is it salt or saw?
So it's salt fish,
Salt like
and
salt.
technically it's codfish, but no one calls it that. So it's
Yeah,
that very salted codfish
that
that's
makes sense.
super
Okay.
salty that you have to soak, and you soak overnight to get all the salt out of it, and then you cook it from there. But Caribbeans call it saltfish,
Okay, so
but it's
that
really
got you. So now
yeah,
we know the secret. Now we know how to make it. How to the yellow brick road. We know how to get there. Like,
yeah.
cause I love me some cod.
Yeah.
Definitely, love me some, I've
But
had plenty of
but
cod.
it's
Like,
that particular, because if you just went out and got a piece fresh of cod, that's not gonna do it.
right.
It has to be the cod that is salted, that literally if you were just gonna buy it and cook it right now, you would just die of the salt content because you can't make it that way. You have to take this, preserved piece of cod and soak it until you drain it out of that salt.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. From that, what is the most unique memory that you have about like eating saltfish and bake? Like I'm saying, like whether it comes from childhood, whether it be whatever. Like what's a really
There's
good thing
like
that you
multiple ways to make it, but I remember like, because then you could also take that same saltfish and turn it into a fish cake. And then it would, yeah, so that same thing would then be kind of like fried into an actual fish cake, and then you eat that as well. So my childhood memory would be more like the fish cakes because my grandmother would make it. So a lot of like Caribbean Catholic families, when they meet up on Fridays, they don't eat meat on Fridays. So essentially, fish would be the meal of choice on a Friday because you're not eating meat. So my grandmother would always make saltfish or make fish cakes along with the meal that she was making on that Friday when we all had Friday dinner. So every Friday, my family would meet up, and like all aunts, uncles, cousins, like because I have a huge family, and they would all meet every Friday at my grandmother's house. So that was a every Friday thing for my whole childhood.
I got that. Okay. All right. So let me ask you. Okay, with this being understood, right? So do you find it easy to find places that make it to the same quality that you're used to, or do you find that hard?
So I'm gonna say nobody makes it the way your family makes it. You know what I'm saying? So the way my grandmother makes it, nobody makes it like that. But I found similar. So every Caribbean culture has a way that they make it. So my family is from St. Lucia, so that's going to be slightly different. When you go to Trinidad, they're going to do it differently. When you go, so the thing is, so I tend to go to two types of restaurants if I'm doing Caribbean food. I'm gonna go to a Trini restaurant. I'm gonna go to a Jamaican restaurant. So they make it very differently than my culture, but it's acceptable to me to eat it because they still know how to make it.
Okay,
I don't be going. You can't go everywhere because they be making it different. You go in thinking you're gonna get it. Sometimes they don't cut it and put it in. Some people make it where they make the dumpling and it's not. It's like boiled instead. Like they be doing extra stuff, and I'm like, no, I want it the way I want it. So I gotta only go to the Trinis or go to the Jamaicans.
I got you. Okay, then putting us up on
Yeah.
game right now. Like you know what I'm saying, like in St. Lucia. See, look, I don't think I see you will be the only person I know that has heritage in St. Lucia right now. So that's dope. Oh, look at that. So,
I feel like yeah, we don't ever get the shout out because when they be doing a Caribbean Day parade, everybody Trini and Jamaican, so Trini to the bone and Jamaica all day. They loud, and then little Saint Lucia got their little one flag, so it's fine. It's a beautiful country. Definitely, if you guys travel, Saint Lucia is a place that you would love to go to because the tourist is really moving up there. So.
dope. That's dopeness. Okay. All right, so now moving, we understand what the past brings for you. Well, before I get into that, welcome to everyone that's coming in. Like, welcome to Food for Your Soul, Aquarian Soul. It's the only show here on Tag that focuses on exploring nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. I'm your host, Aquarian Soul. It is a true pleasure to have you here. This is our favorite alien, Naj. She is evading the show right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? She said, take me to your leader. I didn't say I was the leader, but I'm the leader of the show. So, in the stream. So, it is what it is. Now, all right. So, if we go into it and dig into it just a little bit more, right? Currently, what is your go to comfort food? What food is it right now that no matter what mood
Pick
you're in?
something. So probably now, outside of if I'm not trying to go to the past, but I just want something comforting now, I'm gonna go with like a pasta or something like an Alfredo, something like that. And I definitely feel like it hits the spot and still makes me feel like really full. So I think probably a pasta. Pasta is always like a comforting food for me.
Absolutely. So, do you prefer any noodles over others, or any
So
certain
if I do
protein
a
that you like
pasta,
more?
then I'll do a penne pasta. I 100% agree. That's not for mac and cheese. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. But no, elbows for the mac and cheese. But when I'm doing a penne pasta Alfredo, yes, for my Alfredo, I'm going to use a penne pasta. And don't be trying to give me too many squiggly things and all the other stuff. Like I want what I want particularly because I like the way it cooks. Yeah, with the homemade white sauce. Thank you.
Absolutely, please,
And that could go
please.
various ways because you could throw your shrimp in there or you could do a salmon. I'm pescatarian, so it's always going to be some level of fish or just
I'm always
a
entertained.
spinach Alfredo, or I've even done a spinach mushroom Alfredo. You could flip that joint so many ways. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You get you some
That's
baby bellas, get the baby bellas on deck, cut them joints,
gotta
boy,
do it.
with the organic spinach. I'm telling you,
Yeah, I was about to
chef's
say
kiss.
throw the spinach
I'm
in there
trying to
too.
tell you guys. And you let that joint cook down to like three shrimp, three little
Yeah,
spinach,
that's a fact.
but
That's a
it's gonna taste
fact.
really, really good with the spinach. Oh yeah. Then oh wait,
Yeah,
we're not done yet though, because then you gotta be at the end. You gotta get the Parmesan or the Romano, right? And then you gotta yes, you got to get the freshly grated and sprinkle that joint on top.
no, look
Boy,
though.
oh
No,
my
peep
God, what are
game
we
though.
talking about right now?
Peep game though. If you're trying to be unique one day, get the feta.
Yeah.
Get the feta.
Oh,
If you
okay.
want
So
to be
I've had
unique,
feta before. I never put my feta on a Alfredo though. All
I'm
right.
telling you, I
No,
made.
feta's
I
the
look.
truth. Feta's
Hold
the
on, look.
truth.
I was look one day I was supposed to be making a chicken alfredo for somebody, right? And they was
Yeah.
calling me out on it, and I forgot the Parmesan cheese like a goofball. But I had
Wow.
feta. Feta is like the same consistency as Parmesan, so I used that instead. Oh my God, that feta alfredo
Okay,
was
I'm
lit.
gonna try it with feta
Telling
then.
you, bro, no lie, no lie.
I do feta in my salads too as well. I'm definitely a feta girl. I like it.
I'm telling you, when you try, you gonna come back like, hold on, Aquarius, hold
I'm
on.
gonna try it next time. I'm
Crazy
definitely gonna put some
monster out
feta
here,
in my
like,
food.
yo,
I
what's
think I
going
can trust
on?
you on the food end because you like some of the same stuff.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, pasta. Do you have any unique memories of pasta? Like any kind of like things that make you laugh? You know what I'm saying? That you like? Oh man, this happened one day. I was eating this, and you know what I mean?
So I don't know. I feel like pasta is like I said, that's my comfort food that I'll make at home, and it's more like a private thing. It's like a go-to easy dish that fills me up. But if I had to pick like a food that gives me more like memories as an adult, I'm gonna say a food that made me feel the most adult was when I moved into like my sushi era, right? So I just had a poke bowl today, and so then now like the fact that you feel grown, you out here eating with your chopsticks, you out here trying different things, you feeling like you cultured now because you traveling. So I will say those type of cuisines definitely made me feel more like when I opened my palate more. Because you know how like when you grow up Caribbean people don't eat Caribbean food till they die. That's it, right? And that's it. Or when you're black, you have the black experience. That's soul food. You're gonna eat that. So I think what really makes me have a lot of memories is when I expanded my palate in traveling and being able to really expand to foods that I normally didn't eat them ways that I normally didn't eat them. And that really took me to a whole nother level. It's like, okay, I could try things that look very different and I have really great memories for food like that. So I feel like a lot of Asian food, sushis, ramen, all of that stuff, those always give me great memories because I did a lot of those type of foods when I traveled.
And it's crazy because you just gave me nostalgia. Because I remember, I can tell you, I can remember when I used to try to use chopsticks and I couldn't do it. And then when I learned and I had the perfect recipe down, when I started, when you pick up that first piece of sushi and it don't fall, bro, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Or you get some rice, and you, bro, like, and you watch the other people that can't do it, like, come on, bro, let me tell
Don't
you,
let me put
let me
that
tell
joint
you,
in
let me
my
tell you real
dill
quick.
sauce and get it right while I'm putting it in the sauce now. Come on.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
definitely feel like I've had some of my greatest memories eating like the best ramen and the best sushi and just having really great meals with friends and things like that. So,
I
I
remember.
feel like all my friends that love sushi, we've had great memories. So I have distinct memories of me having really great talks over sushi.
Facts. And you just literally just triggered me in a good way though, like right? Because I remember I think I was like 24 for the first time that I ever tried real ramen. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
I thought ramen was like the ramen packs, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what
It's
like
like
I
this
ain't
is
know
the
no
life
better,
when you
like
get the
right?
real
Like
one.
but I was in Chicago and I went to a Japanese spot and they brought the food and I was like, bro, it was the best thing I had ever had in my life. Like,
I'm telling
oh yes, yes. All right, so all right, let's go ahead and get ready to bring Elle the Drug back up in here. You know what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and get into the deeper part of our conversations. Like, Elle, you go ahead and request that box. If you just now joining us, like, oh my goodness, we halfway there, but this is food for your soul with Aquarian Soul, like the only show here on Tag that focus on discovering nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. We just had your favorite alien talk to us a little bit. She had to talk to us about what is it, the bake, the salt fish
you.
and bake. I just thought about the bake part. Like we talked about that a little bit. And she talked to us about the good noodles. She loves her a good pasta. Like I'm saying, like make sure you do it right or don't do it at all. And we gonna bring
Absolutely.
L up in here.
I had to go get a snack while y'all talking about. I had to run up and get me a
Right.
snack real quick. That's why it took me a minute. I was like, let me go up and get me
I
a
did the
cookie.
smart thing and I went and had lunch before I came on the show because I was like, I'm not about to be starving for an hour listening to y'all talk
Right,
about food. I
right.
Hey,
was eating.
I had to go get
Ordering
something to eat
I
because
everything.
was so
I was
hungry.
like,
I was
bro, I
like,
be
not
sitting
this
here
again.
not eating. I be hungry while I'm talking about all this food. Like, and then Rain had the nerve to show us a pie last week. It was
Oh
like,
yeah, I was done last week. I was mad at y'all last week. I will eat right before I come on this show. I learned my lesson.
I'm cracking
all
up.
right, so let me ask both of y'all this question. So what importance do you feel in the family structure of today? Because the family structure of today is different than what it was from any one of us growing up, right? Like, what part do you feel that comfort food plays in it, like if anything at all?
No, that's a great question. Oh, you taking it or you want me to go first?
Go ahead, you go.
I mean, so for me, I just feel like there was more togetherness. There's been a breakdown of the regular family dinner thing. So like it was mandatory for me. I don't care where we were, what type of job we had, what type of school we had, to know that every Friday or every Sunday, whatever household I was in, there was going to be a Friday dinner or a Sunday dinner in my household. So I feel like it's sad now because we moved away from the structure. So I think only holidays now, once a year or twice a year, you'll see people getting together and having like breaking bread. But I love the fact that it was such a regular thing for so long. But then once my grandparents died, then that tradition kind of went to the wayside because the newer family members are not keeping up with that tradition. But breaking bread over food or watching your grandparents do that and see the recipes. So I remember just the fact of my aunt and my grandmother sitting there because, like I told you, you had to boil the salt, you had to break it up, you had to pull bones out. Like there was a process. So you would watch for hours the whole process of the preparation of your meal. Then you had to say grace. Then you got your meal. So there was a certain level of gratitude that we are all here together and that we even have the ability to get this food. That's gone now. You press your order, DoorDash come, and that's it. You don't even got that same gratitude no more. So that's my take on it.
Can you say the question one more time? I have an answer, but I want to make sure I say it right.
No, you're perfectly fine. So the question is, like, what relevance do you feel that comfort food has in the modern day? I'll do it in your. I keep on throwing that modern day in there in your modern day family structure. Like you know what I'm saying, like, because I know that when we were younger, where we are right now, all of us, things were different. The structure was different. But this modern day society, this modern day generation, do you think comfort food really matters anymore, or
I definitely think it matters. I think that's part of what's missing. Kind of what Naj said, right? I think it's about so she mentioned Naj mentioned about recipes, right? And so for me, something that I can say now as someone who like, I mean, I'm be honest, y'all know I'm very honest. I say I don't cook. I do a little something something, right? But like that's something that I really wish that I had a better knowledge of and understanding of so that I could put that care into my home. I feel like whenever you do go through the process, whenever you do go through, going to the grocery store, it starts with going to making that list, going to the grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Picking out those foods. And that used to be something that like was fun for me to do with my mom, you know what I'm saying? And so I think now, like she said, when there's groceries delivered, there's food delivered. And then obviously like I think it takes away from, there's certain things that you do to kind of stay grounded, to stay balanced, and to know that you're in that you're in that family, you have that familial love, right? And whenever you are taking away the kitchen, we always say the kitchen is the like most important part of a home. I watch a lot of like, home buying shows and stuff like that. And everybody's like, oh, the kitchen, the kitchen, the kitchen. It's like literally the most important room in the house, you know? And so, and it's where memories are made. And so whenever you take literally that whole process that involves the kitchen out, like, yeah, there's something lacking there. And that's why y'all know I started Harley and I started cooking on it's called like I think it's called what's cooking. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Homemade. It's called homemade. But we do that every other Thursday because like she grew up cooking. You know what I'm saying? She's been a guest on the show. She grew up cooking. She knows she's from the South, so she has a different take on it. And so these are things that I really want to learn. And I can go to my mom and I ask her, and she does always give me recipes when I ask her and things like that. But there's something to be said about actually going through the process and having and bonding, right? It's more than just like making the food. It's like this is you're learning something, you're bonding with your people, you're in love. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally in feel, you know what I'm saying? In that space of love. And that's something that we don't always see in the world, that we often don't get in today's society, right outside. So I think that losing that aspect is it's yeah, I think it's damaging. I think it's something that we're absolutely missing, the majority of us in today's society, in modern day.
It's crazy to me because like I remember y'all while we talking about this, I remember trying to go into the kitchen not being allowed because I was a male, right? It was like, nah, bro, you going somewhere else. You can't be in this kitchen, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because either I'm about to be out, you don't want me to learn certain things, or you know that I'm gonna try and grab something. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you already know what's about to happen when I come in here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's my most fondest memories of like the kitchen was always not being able to be in that motherfucker. Like you know what I'm saying? So being able to cook now when I get older is kind of like it makes me happy being the person that cooks sometimes. Like I let people think I can't cook. Whatever you want. But I love cooking. I hate cooking for myself. I love cooking for
Yeah.
people. I'd much rather do that. Like, but
Yeah.
so let me ask, what are some of the most pertinent lessons that y'all learned from food being in the kitchen or growing up, just in general?
So for me, I'm gonna paint a picture real quick. It won't take long. My mom is a super busy person. Okay, she went to I don't even know how many years of schooling. Like, she's a doctor now. She's PhD now. But she was always working full time and in school since I can remember. And
Mm.
I know she was tired when she got home. So literally, when she would make food, it was a labor of love. You know what I'm saying? It was truly because she wanted to take care of her baby. So seeing her make those sacrifices, I know, I'm sorry. So seeing her make those sacrifices, right? I think that taught me a lot about like selflessness and about loving your family even when it's difficult, right? I'm very, very proud of how she was able to balance everything. With that
Mm.
being said, I also think that an important lesson is that women are not the only people that can cook, right?
Mm.
Like women are not the only ones that have a special the wrist action they can stir, right? They're not the only ones who can, you know what I'm saying? They could be flipping it with the spatula, who can put those things together. And those things, both of those points leading to it being like truly a family bonding experience. You learn things, you share stories, the food tells stories. And so, for me, those are the big takeaways from just like being in the kitchen, watching my mom sacrifice, watching her work so hard. Then, she married my dad, and then seeing him come in and help, and then us being kind of a part of that. One thing about the kitchen for me is every time someone was in there, you smell the smells, you know what I mean? You hear the dishes, the silverware clanking and all of that, and you know that you're in the midst of people that care about you. And so those are the big things that I take away, or that I remember the most, or that I learned from being in the kitchen.
I love that. I think for me, I definitely will say I got to watch my mom and my dad cook. So I think in Caribbean households and a lot of African households, men cook a lot.
Mm.
So I love the fact that there was never a stigma of gender roles of women got to be barefoot in the kitchen, because actually in those two traditions, men are seen as cooking a lot. So my father actually cooked a lot more than my mom did. Even though they both could cook, my father would be the one that would cook a lot of the dishes in the home. So I got to be able to see that. And so I've never had this weird stigma about who cooks. I'm like, whoever cooks that meal the best better get in the kitchen. So that's my lesson. That is my lesson. Like we got to take the sacrifice for whoever makes it better. So there are times where I'm like, man, I love my father's this, or I love my mother's that, and I carry that into my own household of whoever makes it best. So that's the
Yeah.
lesson I got out of it. Is like food should be loved, so it should never be a burden. And then for me, later on, I remember though my mom would never let me cook meat, because that was like a big dish. So later on, down the line when I was a teenager, my parents had gotten divorced or whatever, so it was just me and my mom and my brother. So my mom would be at work working a lot of hours, so I would start the sides. So I'm really great with sides because it was like, oh, I could do the mac and cheese or the rice and beans or the this or the vegetables, because she would only trust me to do the sides, and then she would make the meat. You know what I mean? Whatever the main meat is. So it's so funny that when I finally grew up and got my own household, I never knew how to cook meat because my mom wouldn't let me. So it was real easy when I eventually became pescatarian. It was like, cool. I never liked touching meat like that because I didn't like cleaning it. I like touching it and stuff. So it was crazy when I finally had to cook meat in the earlier part of my life. I just didn't ever want to touch it or clean it or do anything because I was like, that's what I have my mom for. Like, what am I doing?
Right.
So yeah, so it was very interesting. But yeah, so now I hold that to the case. Whoever collectively is in the household that can do that thing best, cook it with love, and we gonna sit down and break bread with love. If you don't like cooking and you don't like that thing, please don't cook for me. I'm pretty okay. I'm fine. But don't cook for me if you don't love it, because I don't want it.
That's a big deal though. Like it's
Yeah,
kind of
love is
like
a big part of the food. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's
It's
like
a big love
you
thing.
don't want everybody to touch your hair, right? Because like this that
And it's
energy
sacred.
transfers. Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. You're right on
I
that.
feel like people can get you sick with food, and
Yeah.
people can heal you with food, and that's something that I learned.
Ooh.
Yes. So I feel like there's something holistic about the way that people make it, the way they knead it, the way they put different herbs and season it. Everything has a healing quality to it. So if that person really cares for you and loves you, you can be healed by that chicken soup and those things like that. So it's not just
For
the
real.
properties of the chicken soup, it's the way that person made it and served it to you that really added to the frequency of that. I truly believe that. The same way is in reverse. You can't stand me and you over here making my food and you racist so you don't like me? Absolutely
Girl.
not.
What?
Yes, you would cook me into the grave. That's fine. I'm good. I will not eat.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't play games like that. I'm really big on who prepares my food, and I'm really big on who serves me my food, because I do believe the two is connected to health.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Welcome, welcome, welcome one last time. Food for your soul with Aquarian Soul, the only show here on Tag that focus on exploring nostalgia through conversations about comfort food. Like, whoo, if you just got here, you missed a wonderful show so far. I only got one more question for you, ladies, actually. And it's a very simple question. Like, so we talked about the past, we talked about the present. So, what are we leaving behind? Like, what kind of legacy of a comfort food are we leaving behind? It can be a dish, it can be a snack, and whatever it may be, something that's a part of you that you want to leave for your future generations. What we doing?
That's a great question. I know for me, I still so my kids are also Caribbean, but they're Dominican, and so Dominican and well, I guess with me, American and Saint Lucian. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted them to continue to have a Caribbean tradition. So at least I know with the foods that I made them when they were younger and things, I want them to still carry on the understanding of those traditions and to have those foods in their life, even though they're brought up and raised in America. So I don't want them to have a disconnect to their heritage. And I believe food is heritage. So that's something that I know is a legacy for me, is that they had a connection to those foods. So there's a reason why I cooked it when they were younger, and I brought those things in just so they could say they touched and had a Caribbean background, even though they had an American upbringing.
I love that. So for me, so I make three things really, really good. Okay,
Mhm.
bear with me, y'all. Buffalo chicken dip. I know it's like
Ooh,
what, but it's
okay.
fast. Okay,
Let's go.
my pasta salad is fast. Okay,
Okay.
not everybody likes pasta salad, but if you like it, you're gonna like mine. And I make Mississippi beef. So those three things, I'm
What? Okay. What
definitely
is
Mississippi.
that? Explain this Mississippi thing. I need to hear that. What is that?
Mississippi beef. All right, so it's basically like a chuck roast, and you put. I do it in the slow cooker.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do like gravy, butter, ranch seasoning, and some pepperoncinis, and you let
Never
it.
have I ever. I've never heard of this in my life. This is so interesting.
Really,
I've never heard of this.
it's so good. If you are like, if you're busy, if like you have a super busy day ahead, and you know you want to have like a hearty meal at the end of the
You just
day,
put it in and slow cook it all day and then come home to a whole
all that, and
churro.
it smells so good, and you put some mashed
Wow.
potatoes and then you put it over. It is so good. Okay, so
What?
those three things, I'm definitely, those are the things that I, you know what I mean, I'm really happy that I know how to make. Everybody that's tried them likes them, you know what I'm saying? So those are things that I would definitely pass on. But for me, two things, and this is like learning from my mistakes, right? I don't really know how to like whip something up, like just to cook, like grab ingredients,
Mm,
things like that. So I would definitely want to learn that and be able to show my children that, right? The other thing is, I don't have a super experienced palate, right? Like I've definitely been places, I've tried different things. Yeah,
mm.
so good, Aquarian, so good.
Wow. I've never heard of
Um,
that. That's so cool.
yeah, Mississippi beef, it's good. I can say one recipe, but oh no, you don't eat meat. Never mind.
But I can make anything. I
Okay,
use that same thing and turn it into a pescatarian meal. It's fine.
okay, bet because this, it's really the sauce. It's the sauce so good. It's
Okay.
a little spicy, a little kick to it. Mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
it's fat. But so I don't have a super experienced palate, right? That's something that I'm working on. So
Right.
I would want my children to like experience foods that I'm gonna say I'm a little bit scared or a little off put to try earlier, so that they don't think too much about it. Like, you know, escargot, like
Mhm.
even alligator if they want to try, right? Like within what they want to try, but that's definitely something that I would, even like, even simple things like you said earlier, like learning to eat with chopsticks. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's like a thing that you should know if you're cultured, and you have a wider palate, I'll say. But so those are the things that I would want to kind of leave and make sure that my kids had. One, because I think it speaks to culture and experience. Two, because I think it speaks to open mindedness. And three,
Mhm.
because I want them to kind of be accustomed to other cultures, other ways of doing things. I think so many times, like, you remember when Cola was on the show and everybody was like, bean toast, oh my God, no, bean toast, you know? And it's like, that's something that she grew up with. That's
Yeah.
something that is, you know, in Northern Ireland, where people, you know, that's like a comfort snack, if you will, you know? And so we're so closed off to those things because we're so closed minded, and we're so, you know, we have we know what we know. And I want my kids, and I want people that come after me to know more than what I know.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I absolutely love that because I think I didn't widen my scope until I became a traveler.
Yeah.
And a lot of my experiences were over food. When you can go to someone else's place and their culture and they say here, they're telling you that because they're saying this is something I love and I want to have that experience with you. So complete strangers that don't speak the same language, being able to break bread
Yeah.
off of, like you said, beans, toast, rice, whatever it is, even like peanut soup and stew fish and things like that. That's something you may traditionally not eat, but then now you sitting there with somebody that barely speaks English, but y'all like, oh shoot, I really like peanut soup now. So I
Right.
think that's
And
what
if we
I
do
love
that,
about it.
and if we
Yeah.
do that with the food, perhaps we'll do it
Mhm.
with other aspects of that culture as well, right?
Yeah,
I think
like
it breeds
food, music,
inclusivity. Yeah.
clothing, those
Yeah.
things.
Absolutely.
But when you break bread with somebody, it's like y'all family now.
Facts.
It's like we family. So once I've done that in different cultures, that really just opened up the plate where I don't look like you don't look like me. We barely speak the same language, but we gonna break this bread and we gonna eat this
Right.
food.
Right.
And they love the fact that you have a big appetite. So you roll up in there and you just clear your plate. They're like, "Oh, you come on, cousin, come on."
Love that. Love that.
All right, before we have y'all get y'all outros, we're just gonna do this real quick, real quick. Steak or chicken?
Oh
Chicken.
man, I'm gonna go with steak, even
All
though this is
right. Shrimp or
steak.
fish? Shrimp or
Shrimp,
fish?
Fish.
shrimp,
All right. Grits with sugar and butter or salt and pepper?
Salt
salt,
and pepper and cheese.
yeah, and cheese. Yep.
Yeah.
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Pancakes.
Okay, hold on. This is gonna be really important. This is regional. Pop or
Okay.
soda?
It's
Soda.
soda. What the heck is
Period.
pop?
hold
Oh God, soda.
on, hold on. Is we doing broccoli or green beans?
Broccoli.
Oh, I'm gonna go green beans.
Ooh,
Okay.
It
okay.
depends on if it's cooked or raw. You know what I'm saying? It
Ooh.
depends. Like if the
Chitlins and
brother.
sauerkraut.
Say that again.
Chitlins or sauerkraut?
Oh, okay. It's definitely not sauerkraut by
I'm gonna say
default.
sauerkraut too, cause
Yeah, it's by
ew.
default. We're trying to kill it.
Yeah.
All right, pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
Sweet potato. Stop
Potato.
playing.
Facts.
Sweet
Sweet
potato. Y'all
All
better stop
right,
playing.
It's
all right,
definitely
all right.
sweet
This
potato
has
all
been
day.
Food for Your Soul with Aquarian Soul. Go ahead and get your outros, ladies. Let them know who you are one more time, where we can find y'all.
Oh my God, I'm hungry now. So,
Right.
I thought I was doing something by eating, but now I need me some good food now.
I need some soft fish and bake. Yeah.
No, thank you guys for having me. This was a lot of fun. I don't know. I think as a foodie, you're just so naturally, you just love talking about food. It just makes you feel good. So I'm happy. I'm in a good mood right now, just talking about the food. But it's your favorite alien, Naj. 2 hours away, you will see me tonight in another Scouts Takeover. And we're going to be talking about relationships and how they broke us and how they healed us. So we're doing that at 8 p.m. tonight in my live. So I'm making an appearance on the app because I've been in hiding. I've been working a lot, but yeah, so I'm excited. I can't wait to see you guys tonight and kind of chill with my Scout family because I've been kind of MIA. So it'll be fun. Catch me tonight.
You know what's crazy, Naj? I was actually gonna message you yesterday just to check in because I hadn't seen you, and I was like, "Oh no, on Tuesday she says she on a break. Just let her." You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I've
saying? So
been
I knew you was cool, so I was
yeah,
like, "All
I've been
right,
working a lot, man. So I ain't
yeah."
I don't touch this app till it's time to go to my show.
I hear that.
Understandable for sure.
And I be
Um,
forgetting how to press the buttons like sheesh. So it's awful. Yeah, it's awful.
y'all make sure y'all pull up the Naja show tonight. Vibrate higher, 8 p.m. Scouts Family Takeover is gonna be lit. All right, I'll meet y'all over there. My name is Elle The Drugg. Y'all can catch me Tuesdays.
Mortal.
You can't catch. Y'all know that. I'm not about to talk about that. What I want to say right now is Aquarian. I am so proud of you, dog. I am so proud of you. Y'all don't know how I was harassing this man in the inbox, like, man, when is we gonna do this? Let's do this. And you just heard it was solidified because Naj just said you're such a foodie. You can tell you're passionate. Your heart is in this. So I'm so proud of you. You've really brought this to life, and you deserve all of your flowers. I cannot wait to see where this show goes. I am so honored that you had me on it. And I hope they recorded this episode because we're going to get it on YouTube, right?
Absolutely.
Like we working on it, L. Nah, but y'all heard him call me his
I
best
just
friend.
never get a chance to catch Tawag live. That's all. I just gotta pay for it. That's all.
All right, bet.
This is a
We
unique
gonna figure that out.
concept that I appreciate because there are a lot of different types of shows that have similar kind of things. This is a completely unique concept to your own self. And I think it's hard for these days for people to have original concepts. So I like the show because it's so original and people don't understand how you can literally be entertained talking about food for a whole hour. So I love that. Love that. Like
Because
this.
So
I was, and what was crazy, what brought me to the idea of it is the fact that I am a foodie anywhere that I go. When I travel, like I have a rule. I have a rule. If I'm traveling, I am not eating anything I can eat at home. Anything that I'm used to eating, like any restaurants, any places, I'm not eating there. It's always brand new places. Like so, I always end up trying really new places. So we was just talking about. Hold on. Let me show y'all the restaurant we were talking about that like really sparked my idea for this because there's a place in New Orleans that I found just by walking
Oh,
around.
that's
Like,
how me and Aquarian actually bonded over food because you gave me a whole list of places when I go to New Orleans so that I could
uh-huh.
eat there. So you were the one that did that. And then
Yeah.
we had our whole love fest over the freaking salmon that we have when we have the honey
Yes.
salmon that we be getting from the Caribbean spot. So
love that.
we stayed talking about food when we first like got cool. So we've been doing this.
Absolutely. Hey, look.
When people walk through the door, what they can expect to see is
Wow.
entremet, some of the best Creole soul food.
I could watch food all day. This is ridiculous.
Consistent.
Look at this.
My name is Wayne Marquet C.
And I found this place
Founder of
randomly.
This restaurant, which is right now the last of the Baquet tradition restaurants that's been going on since 1947.
I walked into history, and it's a brunch place. It's an all you can eat buffet. They gonna
I
show
think
some
it's
of
in
the
New
food right here.
Orleans.
Look at it. Look at this food.
Operating of the
All this
restaurant.
coming up.
How y'all doing today, guys? We got fried chicken, gumbo, bread pudding, po' boy, seafood, sides. The specials are smothered pork chops, catfish and grits, the trout Zachary, and shrimp grillade. Here at This Is We cater to
What? Oh
So
my
far.
god.
Yeah,
So far.
that was great.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Aquarian, great job.
Yeah,
Great job. Great job. I'm so
absolutely.
proud of you. And y'all know, if y'all were here at the beginning of the show, he said, I'm gonna bring up my sis because we vibrate on the same vibration, da 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 da. And then he said, and I'm gonna bring up my best friend. Eh!
Oh, she raggedy. Oh, she raggedy. She raggedy. I'm sorry to mess up the show. It's New Orleans. It's New Orleans.
No,
New
he right
Orleans.
about that. It's definitely. You
New
gotta hit the New
Orleans.
Orleans. Yep.
That's
Gotta hit
that's the only thing I
that
came up here for. I'm sorry. New Orleans. All right,
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans.
New
You gotta
Orleans.
New
make P get in the
Orleans.
box
I said, what
right.
the hell?
Gotta have
Yeah,
the Canadian
definitely.
accent with
New
it.
Orleans.
New
I
Orleans.
love
Yeah,
that
New
place.
Orleans.
That's why I'm
Great show.
advocating for us to go there next year.
Ooh, now see if y'all did a trip. Come on, that's crazy.